What is going on, guys? It is your boy, DylanDaVillain, recording some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. If y'all don't know what this game is, it's pretty much a wrestling simulator, money management, booker game. You pretty much micromanage every single thing about the company. To its workers, product, merchandise, what kind of promotion you want to run, who's your champions, tag teams, storylines, who's the top guy of your company. I mean, everything. It is an awesome game. Truly passionate about this game. Love playing this game. We're playing the World Wrestling Federation in 1997, January of 1997. Week 1, Monday, of course. This is pre-Montreal Screwjob, before Bret Hart and the Montreal Screwjob. Everybody, all wrestling fans know what the Montreal Screwjob. For those of y'all who are not wrestling fans, Montreal Screwjob, pretty much Bret Hart was leaving the company to go to make more money for another wrestling company, WCW. And he wanted to leave as the champion because he didn't want to lose to Shawn Michaels. And they pretty much screwed him out of the title and made him eat a loss, pretty much. And he walked. He didn't walk out of the company, but he got screwed. And if you got screwed, you're going to be mad. So he pretty much walked out of the company and went to WCW after that. What my goal is I'm going to try to save Bret Hart from going to WCW. I love Bret Hart. I love his work. I'm a huge fan of Bret Hart and a lot of his matches and that he does with somebody. Phenomenal worker. And I'm going to try to save Bret Hart from going to good old Southern WCW. So I'm going to try to save Bret Hart from going to that. That's my main goal, is for WCW not to sign Bret Hart. But I'm also going to tell amazing stories, what I would love to have seen in this time period. As a kid, being a young kid, watching this every single week with your dad, having a blast, being a wrestling fan, just the nostalgia. Anyway, I'm going to show off the champions first and work my way to the left. Intercontinental Champion, Triple H, World Heavyweight Champion, Psycho Sid, and the Tag Team Champions are Owen and Davey Boy Smith. King of the Ring was won by Steve Austin, of course, and Royal Rumble 2-time winner, just like old Hokey, Shawn Michaels. My tag teams are Doug and Paul LaFont. The Hardy Boys, Owen and Davey, who are the tag team champions. Owen and Yoko, which I have sad news, dealing with Yoko later when we get to that. The Godwins and the Blackjacks. Storylines. Some of these stories I'm not going to keep. Some of them I might change. And some of them I just might get rid of completely. The one I'm keeping for sure is Bret versus Austin. I mean, this is what made Stone Cold Steve Austin. Without this match at WrestleMania, there wouldn't be a Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is what made Stone Cold Steve Austin in my mind. You can argue with me saying that him winning at WrestleMania 15 is when Austin became Austin, but this is when the roller coaster took off, in my opinion. The Paul Bearer Undertaker feud. I don't understand why Vader's involved. I don't ever remember Vader being involved in this. I was pretty sure at the time Vader was being managed by Jim Cornette. And Jim Cornette had a faction with like Owen and Davey Boy, and he managed Vader. So I'm real confused why Vader is involved in this. I might have to do some research. I do remember Mankind, and I don't remember the Executioner at all, which happens to be Bam Bam Terry Gordy, which I don't understand, but okay. Goldust, I do remember them fighting over Terry Reynolds and the Intercontinental Championship, of course, and Terry Reynolds. I kind of remember the storyline. I mean, I do, but I remember it lasted for a while. I may change this up and do something else, and I may stick with it. You know, just, yeah. Uh, Shawn Michaels, the Psycho Sid, as you've seen, is the world champion. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Sid Vicious, but hey, he's the champion. Vince knew something that I don't know, but hey, uh, if they can make money, they can make money. We'll keep the storyline for the time being, and we might change it up. That was storyline. Stables. The only stable we have is the Nation of Domination, pre-Nation, that we know it, with D'Lo and Mark Henry and the Godfather and everything. So, yeah. Roster, I'm not going to lie, at the time of this, I was a little kid. So some of these guys, I have no clue who they are. And some of these guys I've never heard of. We'll go ahead and show off relationships. We have a partnership with AAA. And so a lot of these Mexican luchadors I have never heard of. Again, I was a little kid, and the only thing I knew at the time as a little kid was WWF and WCW. We do have, which really blew me away, we do have a partnership with ECW. The company has agreed not to steal workers from each other, which kind of sucks because I really would like to have guys like Bam Bam, guys like Shane Douglas, guys like Chris Candido, guys like the Dudleys and RVD and Sabu. You know, I would love to have them guys, but, you know, can't steal workers from each other, which is a good thing and which is a bad thing also. It's like a double-edged sword. But on that note, I'm not going to go out and sign people I'm not going to use just to have them on the roster, just to be like, I got RVD and I can use RVD anytime I want to. I'm going to sign guys who I believe would tell a good story at the moment. So I'm not just going to sign Edge and Christian just to have Edge and Christian on the roster for the time being. You know, like if they fit the story, then I'll sign them. If not, then I don't see why the AI can't make them have their wrestling careers. But what struck me as odd is ECW have agreed to accept developmental workers from the WWF. I didn't know I don't ever remember. I do remember they had the talent trade, but I did not know that they accepted developmental workers. So that might be why the LaFalls and Draws was in ECW around this time period, but I don't ever remember that. You know, I don't ever remember them doing that. The U.S. Wrestling Association been pretty much developmental for WWF for a very long time. And of course, we're at war with the good old WCW. I apologize. Somebody's calling me. I apologize for that. Like I was saying, we are at war with the good old WCW, so you got that. Back to the roster. Some of these guys, I have no clue who they are. I'm just going to run through them quickly to show y'all who I have. And I'll stop at guys who I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going to do with them. Don't expect to see this guy, or, hey, foreshadow, dun, 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 you know, so we'll run through the roster real quick. Like him and this guy, I have no clue who they are. You know, I have no clue who they are. Look at that mustache on Bradshaw. Golly. I'm so happy that I have Brian Pillman. I would love to make Brian Pillman WWE champion if the game lets me and he doesn't fail drug test or something happens or anything like that. I would love to make Brian Pillman a star in this. I love Brian Pillman, love his work when he was in WCW. Would love to make him world champion, along with Davey Boy. Two workers who I would just deserved to be world heavyweight champion at one time. Just running. Fake Diesel, which is also Glenn Jacobs, which we all know becomes Kane. We might see Kane, and we might see him stick with Diesel, teaming with Fake Razor for a while. We don't know. His badass gimmick is awful, and his momentum is cool. So we might send old Glenn Jacobs to ECW for a while, or we might keep him on the roster. We never know. Never know. Flash Funk. I thought Two Cold Scorpio was in the ECW, so this kind of blows my mind seeing him on the roster. This is the first time I'm going through the roster, so my reactions are, yeah. So I did not know I had Flash Funk at the time. So I didn't know he was in WWF at this time. I knew that he was around like Screwjob era, but I know Screwjob is in September, but I didn't know that. I thought he was still at ECW at the time. Like Heavy Metal and Hector, I have no clue who these guys are. A lot of the Mexican luchadors, I have no clue who they are. Jeff Hardy. Yes. No, he manages somebody else. I might change that. I might have it to where he is managing Vader. Jim Cornette, love him or hate him, you gotta give the guy credit to where credit's due, and he's probably one of the best managers of all time. So maybe he can help Vader out. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why that cracked me up, but yeah, that's pretty funny. Mick Foley, Mark Marrow, Owen. Owen's another guy who deserved to be world heavyweight champion at least one time. At least one time in his career. Phenomenal worker, and such very sad what happened to him in real life, but he definitely deserved to be world heavyweight champion at one time. Like this guy, I don't know who he is. I don't know why he would be here, other than he's super over in Mexico. I don't know. So I don't know. Shows what I know. Fake Razor, like I was saying, I might team him up with Glenn Jacobs, Fake Diesel, for a while and do something with that. Don't know. Have no clue who this guy is. Not a clue. Oh, wow. So, Rocky Maivia, 35 pop everywhere. Shane McMahon, 60, 78 in Tri-State. That's great. He's a ref. But still, come on. Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Sonny, Psycho Sid, Executioner. This is, I just don't understand why WWE Developmental would put him as the Executioner. But okay, hey, the Goon, Iron Sheik, the Sultan, the Undertaker, Thrasher. Wait, do I have Mosh? So I have Mosh and Thrasher, but they're not a tag team? Okay. I guess I go make them a tag team. Vader, managed by Paul Bearer. We're going to change that and have him be managed by Jim Cornette. Also, I'm playing as Vince McMahon, not Vince Russo. I'm playing as the owner / booker of the company. The reason why I picked owner instead of just playing as the booker, sometimes the owner gets in the way of your hiring decisions and your creative decisions. And really, I just want to play the game and kind of tell a story like other YouTubers like JMac Gaming, Silly Tuck, 360, BRB, WTF, the guys like that who tell an amazing story. That's what I want to do, is pretty much tell a story and what I would love to see at this time as a kid growing up. And sadly, like I was saying, Yoko's out with an injury. He's severely overweight at the time. I knew this before starting the mod, but when you look at medical, he's out for a year, which is just heartbreaking. It just sucks. I love Yokozuna to death. He was one of my favorite people to play as in WrestleMania, the arcade game, as a kid. I mean, I played the hell out of that game. I'm sure a lot of older people, I'm probably showing off my age. People my age played the hell out of that game as a kid, and I loved that game. And Yoko was one of my favorite people to play with, and it just sucks that he's out for that long. I believe that's it, man. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe, like, don't like, thumbs up, thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Leave in the comments what you like to see. Leave in the comments on who y'all would like for me to sign. Who would y'all like for me to write a story around? Who would y'all like to see me push, man? This is pretty much all viewers of this series, viewers of this channel. Tell me what y'all would like to see, man. And, if y'all want me to make Bob Holly WWF champion, we'll do it, man. We'll push Bob Holly to the moon and try to make good old Sparky Plug here world WWF champion. I'll write a story for it and make it make sense and see where we go with it. I book 6 months at a time, so I write 6 months, but because we are so close to WrestleMania, I think I'm just going to book 3 months to WrestleMania, and then to WrestleMania, I'm going to book to SummerSlam. After WrestleMania, I'm going to book to SummerSlam. So we are going to do that, and hopefully y'all like it, man. Hopefully I'm not boring. Hopefully I'm not rambling on and talking too much, what I believe I tend to do. But like, dislike, subscribe, don't subscribe, leave a comment, don't leave a comment. But if you do leave a comment on what y'all would like to see. What would y'all like to see from the channel? Me and my friend are making a gaming channel, and just tell us what you'd like to see, man. All right. This has been DylanDaVillain, and I'm out.